Welcome to Inspiring Narratives, your favorite channel for uplifting stories, renewed hope, and cultivating a deeper connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Discover with me how turning to Allah can lead you to amazing changes in your life. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We are back with another uplifting story that will, by the grace of Allah, strengthen your faith and renew your hope, inshallah. Let's start by sending peace and blessings on our beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Allahumma salli wa sallim wa barik ala Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Pour yourself a cup of something you love, get comfortable, and let's get started with our story. I could have never imagined how quickly things would change. It's truly a blessing from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I thank Allah day and night for learning this dhikr and sticking to it. I have seen the good in my life and ease in everything I do. All thanks and praise belong to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This sister says, I was lost. I was the lost soul in this life, going through a tough situation. I thought I could handle it on my own, but despite trying so many solutions, none of them worked. Until the day I heard about this dhikr. If you've been guided to it, know it's a sign from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to stick to it. After 4 years of marriage, she says, and many disputes, the day came when I finally left my husband's house. In the beginning, the problems were between families, and then they became between my husband and me. I left my home after hearing words that shouldn't have been said. I took my son and went to my parents' house. I stayed at my parents' house for almost 9 months. People came and went, some giving advice, some offering solutions, some making things worse. My husband didn't show any intention on fixing things or wanting me back. On the contrary, his focus was on provoking me and frustrating me. Sometimes he'd say he wanted to get engaged, and other times people said he had secretly married someone else. He would talk about travelling and never coming back to this country. It was a mess. I was lost, unsure what to do. He refused to come to resolve things with me. He started the problems and no one could resolve them except us. He didn't want to resolve the issues. He wanted me to come back on my own. But my father insisted and said there would be no return unless he came to ask for me properly and sorted all the problems out like a man. I wanted to go back, but I wanted to return with my dignity and self-respect intact. That was the most important thing for me. My husband's sister called me and said, come back for the sake of Allah. Life is all about compromises. If both of you are pulling the rope, it will break. One of you has to forgive so that life can continue, and also you have a son to consider. My father overheard me talking on the phone with her and got angry and told me not to call anyone from his family. If he truly cares, he will come and talk officially, not send someone to talk on his behalf. When he comes and speaks to us officially and we set conditions, these conditions will be in your favour. No father allows his daughter to return without conditions, and these conditions would ensure you live with respect and dignity. Honestly, I disobeyed my father's advice. I went back to my husband without him coming for me or making it up to me, and I did this without anyone knowing. I got home and he welcomed me. The first few days were fine, as if nothing had happened. My father sent me a message because I hadn't answered his calls. He said, you're no longer my daughter. A daughter who disobeys my commands is no daughter of mine. And if any issues arise between you and your husband, don't come back to me. If you do, I'll throw you out, you and your son. So don't think of coming here. I didn't take his words seriously because I knew he was angry and that eventually he'd calm down and things between us would get better. After I had returned to my home and to my life and to my husband and compromising my self-respect by coming without him apologizing, just 4 days, the same issues returned. This time the situation was far worse. He even laid hands on me. At first it was just words, but now it was more than that. I didn't know what to do. This particular day we had a big argument and his mother got involved. She told her son, your wife came back against her family's wishes. You should appreciate that. He didn't appreciate that. It only got worse. He didn't appreciate anything I had done. He had zero respect for me. Day after day, the problems and arguments only increased. I regretted the day I came back to him without my father's consent and without informing my family. Imagine staying at your parents' house for 9 months and you go back thinking everything is going to be as you wish, and then you are shocked to find it's completely opposite of what you thought it would be. He began to go out with his son to his family's house and leave me at home. As if to say, you are nothing. He would go out during Ramadan to family gatherings and leave me at home and only take his son. This happened more than once. After all the problems we had together, he began to talk to other women. Every day he was talking to a different woman. He would say, I want to get married to this woman or that woman, and saying he is interested in someone with a different personality, someone who wasn't like me. He would criticize me constantly. He had no respect for me whatsoever. We had problems in the past, but it was never this bad. Ya Allah, what should I do? How can I communicate with my family? Who can I complain to? And who can I cry to? I began to feel like a stranger in my own home. I couldn't go back to my family. I had no one to turn to. My father wouldn't speak to me. My siblings wouldn't either. I felt completely trapped. One day there was a huge argument in front of his entire family. He insulted me, said horrible things to me, grabbed me by the hair in front of everyone. I felt humiliated. I've never felt so embarrassed in my life. Where do I go from here? I called my uncle from my mother's side because I had no one else to turn to. He said, come over and bring your son and we'll sort things out, inshallah. I thought as soon as my uncle would speak to my father, he would come over fast and solve the problem, that he would accept to talk to me and listen to me. My father told my uncle, I don't have a daughter. Tell her forget you even have a father. Wallahi, if I saw her in the street, I wouldn't help her. It's best you don't get involved yourself in this issue and let's remain on good terms. Of course, I heard the whole conversation between them. And that night, I cried so much. I had reached rock bottom. I could have avoided all of this. I realized that my father had my best interest at heart, and I broke his word. I went back to my husband, who didn't even appreciate me coming. My uncle advised me to stay at his for the night and send peace and blessings on our beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and everything will be resolved, inshallah. He said, I'm advising you to send blessings on the Prophet. Why are you silent? Okay, and when I send blessings on the Prophet, peace be upon him, what's going to happen? Lots of things, he replied. Speak, say it. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala ali Muhammad kama sallaita ala Ibrahim wa ala ali Ibrahim wa barik ala Muhammad wa ala ali Muhammad kama barakta ala Ibrahim wa ala ali Ibrahim innaka hamidun majid. Say it and you'll witness all the good and all your problems will be resolved fast. And don't worry or think about anything. Leave it all to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and see how your situation will improve. Stay tonight and we'll sort everything out tomorrow, inshallah. It was a Thursday evening and he told me the importance of sending blessings on the Prophet, peace be upon him, whether it's in the short form or the Brahmiya form. All forms are great and will help relieve your worries and problems. I kept sending blessings upon the Prophet, peace be upon him. Every time I'd think about my problems, I'd send blessings on the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Every time I'd think about my situation, I'd send blessings. By morning, we heard a knock at the door. My uncle answered, and there stood my husband, angry, raising his voice, demanding that I return to his house. Who does she think she is? He said. Tell her to pack her things and come with me. My uncle calmly responded, I'm treating you with respect because you're at my door. But the same way you came, you leave. And I don't want to see you here again until you've resolved your issues and learned to take responsibility. So my uncle really laid into him and it got pretty loud, which brought the neighbours out. My uncle's wife even called my mum to fill her in on everything. Eventually my husband left, but my uncle was fuming. His face was bright red. The whole house felt really tense. I honestly didn't expect any of this to happen. Then about an hour later, we heard a car outside, and I started to panic, thinking it might be my husband back with his brothers to cause more drama. It was my dad, and I instantly felt scared and nervous. Why was he here? He hadn't wanted anything to do with me, so I thought he must be here to confront me. My mind started racing with all kinds of worst case scenarios. As soon as he knocked on the door, I went and hid in a room. He called out, "Come on, don't be scared. I want to talk to you. Come." I finally came out, but I was still anxious. He said, "Sit down. Look at the mess we're in now because of your stubbornness. What are we supposed to do? People are talking about us. Did you really think we could just leave you to deal with everything by yourself?" I was really angry, but something changed. I just couldn't leave you to deal with this on your own. How could I let someone treat my daughter like that? Yesterday is behind us, but I will make sure he learns how to act properly. He hugged me and reassured me, telling me not to worry. I went back with my dad. He's really stubborn and never goes back on his word. He advised me, saying, "Your husband isn't going to respect himself. You either need to move on or he'll need to shape up." My father said, "You'll stay with us. Forget about everything that has happened." And he filed a complaint against my husband. My husband started sending people to make amends. My father stood his ground, saying no, he has to learn his lesson. I stayed with my family for 2 months, and during this time I never stopped sending salawat. I was continuously sending peace and blessings on our beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. My relationship with my family improved, and my in-laws started trying to reconcile with me. After 2 months, my husband completely changed. He bought a house, registered it in my name, and became a different person. Now 2 years have passed, and I'm living a life I never imagined possible. Our problems were resolved, and I learned the importance of sending blessings upon the Prophet, especially on Thursday nights and Fridays. This brings us to the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed this story. I'd love to hear your thoughts, so do leave a comment below. I'll see you in the next video. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.